What's up, everybody? What's up? How's it going? Oh, my glasses. No, that's not working. I'm going to use Arnold to clean my glasses. I just decided to jump on here for the chitty chat chat. So how is everybody going? Hi, Teacher Jen. What's up? Hi, Ashana. What's up, everybody? Today was my last day with DaDa. Hi, Camille. Yes. So it was my last day with DaDa. DaDa did me wrong, you guys. They did me wrong. They did me so wrong. So since I put in my notice, you said I left DaDa last June. Miss it. You miss it though. You know what? I miss it. I do miss it. I just, with all the changes and everything, I was just like, you know what? I don't accept. I just don't accept. I just don't. So I decided it was just time. It was just time for me to move on, because no matter how you slice it or dice it, there was no way I was going to make as much as I was making on the old contract. I'm telling you. Hey, Becky. Howdy there, girlfriend. And yes, I agree. They did you wrong. You deserve better. It's happy to see you again live. Yes. Oh, yes. It was so messed up because I put in my notice, right? And so I gave them 16. I gave them 16 days notice because I wanted all my pay without penalty. Because the contract, it says that if you don't give them at least 14-day notice, like if you just up and quit, they actually have a right to fine you. I think it's like 2,000 RMB. So I gave them 16-day notice just to be sure. Then I emailed them and said, hey, so my notice is put in. There's no fine, correct? And I got it in email writing that there is no fine. And I took a screenshot of my last pay. So I'm believing I've never had an issue with money. I've never had an issue with pay. So I'm hoping there won't be an issue. But I screenshot everything. I tell you guys, no matter what platform you are on, no matter how much you love it, keep a record of everything. Keep a record of conversations you had IT, screenshot things that happen in the classroom, screenshot everything. Always keep a record. I've always been Team DaDa, always. But even in the midst of all that, I've always kept a record of everything. If IT popped in the room and said something, I screenshot that little message that they send me all the time. Always keep a record. But let me tell you, oh my goodness. Okay, so I put in my notice, right? And so, on the old contract, we get standby. The old contracts are all obsolete now, to my understanding. I don't know. Maybe there's somebody out there hiding like a ninja under their old contract still. But to my understanding, as of March 26th, all old contracts are obsolete. By old contracts, I mean for us teachers that have been around to where we still get standby pay. All of those contracts are obsolete. And so I was on standby pay, right? So what they did was, before my 2 weeks was even up, they contacted my parents, which I'm glad they did, because I already told my parents. I gave them a heads up. But they started taking my students away. And every day I was getting an email saying schedule change, because they were slowly dropping parents off my roster. And as families were dropping off my roster, because I know they told them, hey, we're going to put you with another teacher. Some of these kids, The first kid they took off was a kid I've had for over 2 years. I was like, what? But that's okay, because truth be told, I do communicate with the parents on WeChat. But I had permission to do that, like way back when. I had permission. And so they wanted to reach out to me via WeChat, and it wasn't me trying to steal, DaDa had an understanding. From when I went to China, they said, oh yeah, you can connect with the parents and all this. And so I connected with a lot of parents on WeChat, even with kids that weren't even mine, because when I went to China and I met all these families, they just thought it was cool to meet a DaDa teacher from America, and they wanted to connect with me on WeChat. So some of my parents I already had on WeChat, and some of them I've just recently collected, but they took him off my schedule. And I was just like, okay. So instead of paying me the standby time for me having that slot open, they took the whole time slot completely, just took it and sent me an email saying schedule change. So I wouldn't get any pay whatsoever for that time slot. And it slowly started happening over the 2 weeks. Every single day, I kid you not, every day they took a new student. I'm just like, what? You guys aren't going to let me keep my students until the last day. So by yesterday, I only had 2 students left on my roster. 2. And so then today I got my final, they've been replaced, not replaced. What's the word? Not misplaced, not replaced, but relocated. They've been relocated, whatever you want to call it, with another teacher. You said, should I be concerned? I have an interview soon. Nikki Grant, no, you don't. You don't. So I'm just letting people know. Some people have been following my channel for quite some time, and DaDa has gone through some changes. I was on an old contract where I was getting standby pay. Now, I don't know if there's any company left, any online company left that even offers standby pay. Yeah, reassign. There you go, Teacher Jen. I couldn't think of the word. Reassign. Yes. So Nikki Grant, no worries whatsoever. I was getting standby pay, and so they were getting rid of all contracts that had standby pay and putting us on the contracts that everybody else has offered anyway. And Nikki, I just put in my resignation because on the new contract, after they took my standby pay and put me on a new contract, then it was a reduction in my pay, because back in the day, they used to offer teachers a higher salary based on, just based off of, it was a lot of things that they considered, the interview, and then a lot of the things that I've done in the company. I kind of got a high salary really quick. So I was close to the cap of what DaDa offers teachers. And so with the changes, they remodeled everything and put me on the new contracts that you would be on when you sign. So when you sign, you're fine. You're going to be on a new contract. So what I'm saying wouldn't even matter with you. But I do have advice for all of you, no matter what platform you are, no matter how long you've been with DaDa, any company whatsoever, always keep your own record of everything. Everything. Don't count on the system keeping track of everything for you. So a lot of times they make it easy for you, but periodically screenshot your salary. Periodically, just like you would with the online banking. Just like with online banking, just screenshot any conversations you have, keep a record of it. Everything they do is through, messaging. So keep your emails, put a folder in your email box that label it, whatever company you're with, put that label on it and file it away, screenshot and email it to yourself so you have a record of everything. So if they want to go back, say, for instance, I had this happen to me where it was not my problem with the internet cutting in and out. It was not. I even had my screen recorder going the first time I had a problem in this class. It was just going in and out, and I could see myself perfectly fine. I did a internet test. My internet was, everything was high marks, and their internet was going in and out. They were frozen. I couldn't hear the kid. And then it was, I didn't hear anything until a week later. A week later, I got an email saying that the parent requested that I have a internet test or something because in this class. And I think what they were trying to do is probably get a refund. And so they tried to blame it on me. And it's a regular. I had a record of my end of that class, because when you went to the playback, even the playback showed both of us glitching. And I was like, oh, no, 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 no. I even had record of me doing my internet test, because when they kept exiting the room, I was like, nope. I went on, did the internet test, got a record of that, everything. And so they dropped that. I was like, okay, yes, this was not my fault. You guys, I think a lot of times what they record is what the parent sees. And so since they're recording from their end in China, then they're not getting what the teacher sees. So always protect yourself and keep a record of everything, especially if they're the first time there's something going on with the internet, or if you know for a fact that is not you. Start, if you have your cell, I always have my cell phone handy. If you don't have a screen recorder, get your cell phone off screen where they can't see it. I have my phone down here where you can't see it, and I have it tilted so it's looking at the screen, and start recording. Record every time there's an issue, and that way you can say, no, this is what I was seeing on my end, this is what I did. And then you're protecting yourself from fines. Companies like GoGo Kid, they will fine you. You will lose bonus and stuff, because I don't think GoGo Kid fines you. Yeah, they don't fine you, but you will lose bonus. You will, if a parent didn't give you a certain amount of stars, then you lose bonus that way as well. So IT issues, not getting stars. If the parent says it's because of the internet issues, and you can prove that that is not the case, then you would get that back. But if you don't have proof, they're going to go off of the parent's word, because, the customer is always right. That's any platform, Cambly. I've had people say, oh, it's no, it wasn't my internet, sweetheart. It was Cambly. Cambly was having some issues that day. It wasn't me. So any platform, I'm telling you, any platform, teaching online, when you're dealing with Wi-Fi, especially, because people want to think that their Wi-Fi is golden at all times. But yeah, DaDa took all my students before it was time. But I will say, on Sunday, I had a full class. I had my full, 9 classes. That was 4.5 hours of teaching, full. I was just thinking, I was like, okay, these kids, the way they're taking these classes, I'm not going to have anyone left on Sunday. But on Sunday, they did let me do my whole 9 classes. And so it was so sad. It was so sad, you guys. This is okay. Let me tell you, I was naughty. I was a little disrespectful. Maestra Rosa, early childhood teacher. Yes, I resigned from DaDa. I resigned. So it was a sad DaDa day yesterday. I cried. I cried. So we were having just a fun time in the classroom, and my regular, we had like 10 minutes left, and I was like, okay, how am I going to tell her? Because her parent, she's 8. Her parent's never in the room. It's always just me and her. And I was like, okay, I didn't have her on WeChat. So, and she's one of those people where she never checks the homework. So even if I sent her a little message and a picture saying, oh, I miss you, I love you, blah, 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 in the homework, she wouldn't have never, ever opened it until probably months later, when she realized, oh, I have some homework assignments piled up here. She never does the homework assignments. I don't even know if they open them. Okay. So I was debating, how am I going to tell this 8-year-old that this is our last class and I don't know if I'm going to see her again? And I've had this girl almost 2 years. Okay. I got her sometime in 2018. She's been my student since 2018. And I mean, I know the family. So mom and dad are never in there, but they pop in. Mom's an English teacher in China. And she just loves her daughter having class with me because her daughter, you know how it is with parents, how your kids just play and they don't really listen. So it's always easier if someone else teaches them. Trust me, I know this because my daughter, when I'm trying to teach her math, it's like I'm speaking Chinese, okay? But then when her teacher teaches her, then it's like, oh, how come you didn't just say that? Really? Really? So her mom's an English teacher in China, and her mom has really good English, but they wanted her to have classes with me so that she can pick up quicker, okay? So I told her in the chat box, I said, hey, Emily, today is our last day in class. Today's our last day for DaDa class. I'm going to miss you so much, but I won't be with DaDa anymore. And then she stopped talking. I'm telling you, we had 10 minutes of class left. I didn't expect this. She just stopped talking. And then for the last 10 minutes, we were just typing silently like this. And slowly, her face just went off the camera to where she was like this. And I can sense, the mood had changed. And she was like, why? Why? Well, what are you going to do? What's going to happen after today? And questions I couldn't even answer. I didn't want to tell her, oh, well, I'm mostly teaching on another platform now, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to do that. You never want to ruin your reputation. So I'm just like, well, because she knows I'm a teacher. So I told her I'm a teacher. So I will still be teaching students. I just won't be teaching with DaDa. And then she was like, why? Well, who will my teacher be? Why? Questions I couldn't really answer in the classroom. And so the disrespectful part was, I was just like, you know what? Forget it. This is my second to last day. I said, hey, do you have WeChat? I just asked her in the classroom, and I told her, I said, I know that we've been together for a long time, so I would love to send you pictures and ask about school and keep in contact with you. Would that make you happy? And then she was just like, yes. She typed yes. And she ran off, grabbed her mom's phone, came back, and I let her scan my WeChat code. And then, yeah, for the rest of the class, she wouldn't talk. And then I could tell she was crying because she's like, okay. At the end of class, when she was saying, okay. And then she was drawing hearts on the screen. I was trying to hold it in. So I'm like, you know how the tears are shaking at the brim? Like like Precious Moments, the cartoons with the big eyes. I'm telling you. And then I couldn't exit out that class quick enough. I was actually almost 2 minutes late to my next class because I was trying to pull myself together because I just started bawling. I was bawling, and it took me almost 4 minutes to make myself okay and presentable to jump into the next class before. I knew I was late. I was just like, well, what are they going to do? Fire me? So, but if you're more than 2 minutes late, they'll reassign the class to someone else. So it was like 1:40 late. And I jumped in there and I was like, hello. And yeah, I extended it at the end for like another 1:40. So from the end of that class and the beginning of the next one, I had like seconds. I really exit out, jump back into the next one. So, but that was okay. I did that. That was my own doing. I did that. And oh my goodness, that was hard, you guys. When you get these relationships with these kids, then you're just like, it's like you feel like they're your kids. And I'm just like, I hope whoever has her takes care of her. I hope she's happy. Like I get her personality, her days where she needs to be just, some days you have to get like the mama voice to get her to focus. And I'm just hoping that whoever has her doesn't get frustrated and they're able to kind of, you know, I mean, there's so many great teachers out there. And so I know she'll be okay, but it's like I feel responsible for her. Like I feel responsible for her. Yes. Okay. Brenda, I was on the old contract as well, now working more for less pay. Yeah. And and for me, I couldn't, Brenda. I just couldn't. There was no way I could, because I'm with other platforms. Someone asked, who do I teach for now? I will get to that. But I'm with other platforms. So with DaDa, I had narrowed it down, like lowered it to where I'm only teaching anywhere from 7 to 8 hours a week with DaDa. And so in order for me to make what I was making, which was I was making a little over $23 an hour. So, and then they offered me $17 an hour, $17.02, excuse me, on the new contract. And so with the bonuses, yeah, they were like, oh, well, if you work more hours, which I knew, because when they first rolled it out, I told you guys, the more hours you work, the more you're rewarded. But I just couldn't. I thought that I was okay because my contract wasn't due to expire until 2021. So I didn't worry about it. But I knew the more hours you work, then the more you make. There's no way possible I can pull in more hours. So I wouldn't have made even almost as much as I was making. So I was just like, I guess it's time. I had to ask myself, do I short myself money-making potential to keep my kids, or do I move on? And I didn't want to pass up other opportunities, so I chose to move on. So, Maestra Rosa, I hope that answered your question as why I resigned. When they lowered my base, rate, because previously my base was basically $23 an hour. Let's just round, $23 an hour. And that was my base without any bonus whatsoever. I knew that's what I expected at all times. And so they lowered it from $23 to $17.02 with the opportunity to bonus. But there was no way that with the small amount of hours I was working that I would achieve those bonuses. I couldn't do it. But if you're a teacher that DaDa is one of your main sources and you're putting in the hours, you could do great with DaDa. I mean, really, it's just, for me, it just didn't work that way. And so I would have took a pay cut if I stayed with DaDa, and I chose not to accept the pay cut. So I put in my notice. Brenda, I had a student and we were both crying. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Yes. I tried not to cry because she was so heartbroken. So I was trying to hold it together for her. As soon as I exit out that room, I'm telling you, I was no good. I was this close to just taking a penalty and calling it quits for the rest of my classes. But that wouldn't have been fair. That wouldn't have been fair to my other students. It was our last class together, and I didn't want to be selfish. I left DaDa. Let's see. Jules, I left DaDa, and now I'm trying to get on with other companies. I can't get a GoGo Kid interview slot, so working on Q Kids and looking for others as well. Yeah, GoGo Kid. At first, they were saying, we need teachers. Refer us teachers. And now they're just, I don't know, they're at a standstill hiring teachers. Everyone's telling me that there are no slots left. There are no more slots open. And Q Kids, I've heard Q Kids needs a lot of teachers. I've heard that they're looking for a lot of teachers, and they're still hiring. Even in this pandemic, they're still hiring. And there's, I don't know. I'm not familiar with Q Kids, but teachers that work on Q Kids have contacted me. Now, you just have to trust your source. whoever you are being referred by, you just have to trust your source, because some, they're telling me that, oh yeah, the bookings are pouring in. They're in such need of teachers. So hopefully that is honest and true. And, when you're hired with Q Kids, Jules, then you will have an abundance of students. Because from what I was told from a teacher, the company books for you. She told me that you put out your schedule a week in advance. So you put your availability out a week in advance and the company will book you. And then, so that's how they go. They go week by week and the company books you instead of the parents book you. That's my understanding of it. Don't quote me on whether or not that is accurate, because I don't know. I really don't know. But I've heard Q Kids is hiring. I have. And so what company is good to apply that they consider you and pay well? Many companies have changed their pay structure. They have changed their bonus structure. Even GoGo been through a lot of changes. That's I've heard bonus well with Q-Kids hiring process. Oh no. Am I still frozen? Am I still frozen? I told my kids, you guys have a house full of teenagers. And I said, okay, look, I'm going live. Get off the internet. Because, they were playing online video games. My internet left. Didn't hear you. No. Can you guys hear me now? Somebody let me know. Am I still frozen? Okay, good. Good. Okay. What I was saying was, as far as companies that are hiring that actually pay really well, I don't know. GoGo Kid has slowed. Since I started GoGo Kid, okay, you guys know I'm all the way transparent. I've had 52 referrals. 52 referrals. And some of them are still going through the process. I don't know. There's like a standstill. I don't know what's going on there, but there's like a standstill right there. And then some of them have been, passed through. But here lately, like for the past 2 weeks, now they haven't came out with an official statement saying that there's a hiring freeze. So I'm not sure. And then DaDa, they're still hiring. They're just hiring slow. So it's taking a little longer for people to start. DaDa is still hiring. And with DaDa, I know it depends on your performance as far as how much you get paid. Some people are getting, the range that I'm hearing is as low as, with zero experience, not knowing anything whatsoever. I've heard that they're getting as low as maybe $13.50, about $14 an hour. And up to, I'm talking about your base. They're going to tell you, okay, you could make $20 an hour. And so they're going to add up all your bonuses and tell you what your potential is. But as far as base, people are getting offered a base of about anywhere from $14 to $18 an hour for a base. Okay. Not counting any of your bonuses. When they quote you your salary, they're going to calculate your bonuses in. They're going to give you their chart, their formula as to how you can achieve more money. So it's easy to get $1 more per hour, because it's just, okay, if you work at all, if you teach at all the way up to 15 hours. If you teach anywhere from 1 to 15 hours, you get an additional $1 per hour. So they're going to say, okay, well, right there, that's a $1 bonus. And then it goes up from there. But your base ranges from about $14 to $18 per hour as a base. Now, Cambly is in a hiring freeze. They don't pay very well. They're just, I mean, I've never had a problem with pay. Pay is low. If you're doing just the adults, it's $10.20 an hour. Teaching kids is $12 an hour. But you get paid every Monday. And it's, you don't even need any experience, nothing. You can, 18 years old, just graduated high school, and you can tutor as long as you can speak English very well. You can speak English very well, and you have a nice speaking voice, you can work with Cambly. But they're in a hiring freeze. And you get paid weekly with Cambly. I heard VIP Kid, you can get paid weekly with VIP Kid. But bookings with VIP Kid is kind of hit or miss. It just really depends. Some people, it takes months to get booked. Some people, after a couple of weeks, then they start pouring in. So it really depends on if the parents like you. You just have to really just put yourself out there and make yourself noticeable, because VIP Kid is one of those parents book you type platforms. The company does not book you. The parents book you. So you have to make it appealing so that when you're saying, pick me, that they want to pick you. Bling ABC, they pay pretty well. Bling does pay well. But they teach in terms by, like, how schools have terms and semesters. They teach in terms. So if you're trying to get on board in the middle of a term, you will probably have nothing for a month or two until the next term. And then when the next term starts, depending on your availability, then that's how they will fill you up. If your availability is not that great, you probably still won't have classes because your schedule is not desirable, because they have to fit you in group classes. They don't have one-on-one. So that you have to be fit with the group that is willing to stick with your schedule and move together throughout that term. You'll be but you will be assigned a group for that whole school term, which is normally like a couple of months. Like 6 to 8 weeks is normally how their terms run. And Q Kids, I'm not familiar with them. Wells English, people tell me it's great. I'm not familiar with them. iTutor, I got hired because I applied earlier in the beginning of 2019. And at that time they had a minimum, and I was like, no, I can't do the minimum. But I heard that they dropped the minimum per week work allotment. The minimum hours per week that you could work, and they lowered it from 10 hours to, I think, like maybe half of that. But pay-wise, the pay was kind of weird. The pay was weird because it had a lot to do with ratings and all that. So I'm not sure with iTutor. Some people say they love it. They're making good money. Some people say they absolutely hate it. It's atrocious. So I don't know much about iTutor, but that's one company to look into, iTutor. They might still be hiring during this time. What's another company I'm familiar with? Magic Ears. I don't know if they're hiring during this time, but I got hired with Magic Ears. They too, at the time, had a minimum hour requirement. Now, Magic Ears actually messaged me on my YouTube channel several months ago, quite a while ago, saying, hey, we don't have the minimum anymore. So they lifted that minimum because it was, causing problems with a lot of teachers that wanted to use it as a secondary platform. So check out Magic Ears. I think the max that they offer per class is $9. No, I think it's $10. The max they offer per class is $10 per class, I think. That's $20 an hour max. And then you can bonus. And I think the highest they go, I think is 22 with magic ears. I think that's the highest. So check those out that I just threw out there. Check those out. But you guys, hear me out. All around the world, okay, parents are being teachers. And some of them are up for it, up for the challenge, and some of them are like, what? I can't do this. So this could be an opportunity if you are looking to kind of get your feet wet in doing your own private thing. You guys, now is the time to kind of get yourself out there. Maybe still teach on these platforms and take a few students privately. That's what I'm doing. I'm still on the platforms, and I have 2 students that I have taken privately. And yes, it's a little nerve-wracking. It is. Because I haven't officially started teaching them yet. I said, okay, hang tight and I'll have everything in order for you, and then we can begin. Okay. And so I'm looking to bring on more students. Now, you can decide, do you want to teach foreign students? It doesn't even have to be China. You guys, teaching on Cambly has opened my eyes to a whole new world. I know people now in Turkey. I know people in France. I know people in India, South America. It's like I've bonded with these people and I have like semi-personal relationships. Okay. We just really shoot the breeze on Cambly and I get paid for it. Really. And they, from word of mouth, they tell people, and I get new clients on Cambly all the time from people telling people, or, some people have huge families. And I'm like, I have a class with one person and suddenly I'm with their cousins and their aunties. And I'm like, oh, you're so-and-so's cousin. Yes, yes. I'm like, oh, wow. And then I might be in a class with one and suddenly other students pop up on the camera because they're related. And I didn't even know they were related. And they're over at each other's house like, hi, teacher. I'm like, oh, you guys are related. Really? Yes, yes. And I'm just like, wow. So you guys, yes, Motivation with Margaret. Yes, it is an awesome platform. They don't pay much, but it's fun. I mean, in my opinion, it's fun. It's for what I use it for. That's my fun money. What was just deposited in my account yesterday, I got what, $88? Yeah, it was $88 and some change deposited in my account yesterday from Cambly, just from me, like really just 6 hours, 6.5. That was about 6.5 hours of me chatting, and I got $88 and some change deposited in my account. And 6.5 hours over a week span, that was nothing because I was having fun. Like, hey, what are you doing? We talk about all type of stuff. I mean, so it's what you make of it. Yeah, Motivation with Margaret. Yeah, it's very fun. It really is. Some people, I mean, it depends on your personality and your purpose. It really does. Cambly is my fun money. That's just how I get to travel the world through the internet. And I've truly made friends with these people. Friends in Taiwan, friends in Vietnam, and they're like, please come visit me. You can stay with me. You don't even have, like, I don't know if I'm going to stay with these people now. I don't know about all that, but I've gotten the invitation. At the very least, if I came to their city, I know I have a tour guide. Okay. Because they're like, come, I will show you around. Come, you can stay in my home. Like, they're willing to open up their home and stay with me. And I'm talking women, you guys, not men. We're not going to go there. No. The women are asking to open up their home to me, and they want to show me their city and all this. And I'm like, yeah, that is awesome. It's fun. So think about it. You can use these platforms, and a lot of these clients, this is like a love-hate type of thing. Some people, like I even use the alias on Cambly because I really don't. It just does. It just happens. So I have some of my clients that have found me on, Instagram. Oh no, can you guys see me? Can you guys, well, because I was singing, probably because the whole world is awesome. Everything is awesome. No, Nikki. Am I still frozen? Becky, am I still frozen? No. I'm gonna have to go in there and be like, internet check. Who's on the internet? Probably my whole neighborhood is on the internet right now. I was watching Netflix before I got on here. That's probably what everybody else is doing too. No. You guys. You're kind of going in and out, but it's getting better. Okay. I'll wait. I don't want you guys to miss this because I have some good stuff for you. I don't want you to miss it. Is it better now? It looks like when I move, I'm moving real time now. It looks like from my view, I'm looking good. What do you think? Somebody tell me. Okay, great. It's a slow, it's a slow delay. Dash. All right, well, you're lagging. You guys, no. Truth be told, this is why, because I said I was going to go live every day. This is why I haven't been on the last few days, because I'm just like, my internet. I haven't even been teaching Cambly in the internet. I don't want to get a low rating because my internet is poo-poo. Audio is okay. Okay. Thank you, Brenda. Oh, okay. From my end, it looks okay, but I know when you're broadcasting, looks can be deceiving. All right. Now, you guys, I don't want you to miss this part. So I hope that you guys can hear me. Even if you can't see me, I hope you can hear me. All right. Now, what I've been doing, I have been making posts. If you have Instagram, if you have Facebook, and if you're looking, are you plugged in with your Ethernet cable? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm in my office that's in the back of the house, and that's probably the issue because, and it's never been an issue before, but now I probably need to be hugging the modem right now and have the modem like right here, like touching my computer. But no, I'm not plugged in with Ethernet. It's strictly Wi-Fi right now. And so in the wee mornings when I'm teaching, it works fine because, you know, no one's up really. But then during this time, oh yeah, 8:30, this is like Netflix time. For real. Netflix. Netflix and chill. Okay, it's okay. 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 All right. So you guys, if you have Facebook, if you have Instagram, if you're looking, if you're really looking, you're thinking, I wonder if I can do this on my own. Don't get so wrapped up in having to have all these lessons and all this planned out in a curriculum. You don't have to have that depending on what you plan to do with your tutoring. Cambly opened me up to this, okay? Because Cambly, you know, is with the adults, it's free talk. If you want to use something, you can pull in an article and go through an article. And an article is just that, you guys. Think about it. It's an article. So if you have Facebook, you can use Facebook Messenger if you wanted to. If you have WhatsApp, you can use WhatsApp. if the connection is stable enough with the client there. You can use WhatsApp. You can use so many different things, and you can, like WhatsApp, when you're talking, you can type in the chat field, just like you do in Cambly in the little chat box, how you type things so that they can see it. You can do that over WhatsApp. You can use so many of these different free platforms to do video tutoring. You can do that on your own. You can advertise. You can use hashtags on Instagram, make an Instagram story. Maybe you're just doing it quick. Hey, you guys, I tutor, blah, 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 blah. Use little snippets of yourself tutoring or whatever. Talk about yourself, post it in your little stories, and use hashtags. People from all over will see those. I still, on my Instagram, I get DMs from people that barely speak English, really, and they're asking, hey, would you tutor me? Will you be my teacher? Or they even say, I saw you on YouTube. I saw you on YouTube, and would you be my teacher? And I'm like, wow, you found me on YouTube, and now you found me on Instagram. Okay. So use social media to your advantage to kind of, get it out there and see how many people you can really, reel in. Maybe if you wanted to do maybe 10 minutes pro bono, just to kind of, so they can get a feel of it and be like, well, it was nice to meet you. I would love to have a class with you. And then, hey, they can't talk to you on video anymore after that 10 minutes. That was your trial class. And then if anything else, they're going to have to pay for tutoring. So you can do that, maybe 5 minutes. What, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? It doesn't have to be a long time. Cambly gives them 5. Cambly gives them 5. Some of the kids platforms, they give them like DaDa or whatnot. They used to give them 14 minutes. Now I think they do a whole 25-minute class. You don't have to do 25 minutes. You don't have to give them a whole entire free class. That's up to you and how much time you want to invest in promoting yourself. Give them 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, a sample of your teaching, and then they would, pay for your services. Now that's something you'd have to work out as far as getting paid on PayPal or wherever you're at in the world. If you have a WeChat account, they have WePay, Payoneer, whatever. I mean, pay wise, that's something I can't help you with that. I don't know. People are like, how am I going to get paid? I don't know. So you can figure that part out. But as far as the promoting yourself, get on there and they will tell people. You can ask them, hey, do you have any friends, families, family members, anybody that would be interested in tutoring? If they like you, they'll say, yeah, sure, I have. What age ranges do you, especially if you're looking for kids? Oh yeah, this, I have games. They will tell people. They will tell people, because not everyone is tight with money right now. Some people are just bored and they're shopping online. They have buku money to spend and they're just shopping online because they're bored. There's nothing else for them to do. They can't go out and shop like crazy. Yeah, Zoom, Brenda. Yeah, Zoom is a good one. Yes, I've used Zoom, and Zoom is free, and they have a screen sharing function. So do that, you guys. Now is the time. Going into 2020, so many people, you've seen the videos. 2020 vision. It's my year. This is the year to do something different. The big 2020 vision, new sites, new plans. Okay, it's not panning out the way we thought it would. It's not going the way we imagined it would. I've seen all the memes on 2020 expectations in January versus now, and they're hilarious. But I mean, this is now a time for certain areas of entrepreneurship to really just give birth, to be born, to really be born. And so, especially teaching online, think about it. You're here on my channel because you're interested in teaching online. Some people come because they're interested in learning online. So I don't know if I have any people interested in learning that are in the room right now, but I do have students that visit my videos and say, hey, I saw you on Cambly. I'm interested in your classes. I get that a lot. Like, hey, I'm glad that you came across my videos, because people use YouTube to practice English in addition to what they can find for free, that they would be willing to have that in mind. Oh no, or there's a delay. I missed this. Ooh, bus. I know, Nikki. I miss when I used to be with AT&T. I had my own personal fiber optic cable that ran under my house, or ran under the ground, that was personalized for me. Now I'm with Cox. Ever since I moved to this house and I have to share internet with the whole neighborhood, it's been a struggle because they don't have the AT&T Uverse available in my area. And Cox has just been a little congested lately. Normally it's not, but when you're on quarantine, then you said I just go and come back in. Oh, okay. I see my there's people in the room now, so I don't know. I guess I'm buffering too much. But I'm gonna keep this video available. One video was so bad I just deleted it. But I think overall this one is okay. So I will keep it available for people to go back and refer to. I've been on for almost an hour, so we're going to wrap it up here. So I don't want you guys to miss this, really. I have a few more tidbits for you. Yes. After 6, I'm telling you. It's like, the 5 o'clock traffic. Since everyone's on quarantine, now it's like internet 5 o'clock traffic. So everybody's on, and everybody starts watching movies until it's time to go to bed. And then I'm one of them. I'm in that number of people on top of us watching Netflix. My children are gamers. So they're in there playing online with their friends. It's ridiculous in my house. It really is. You would think that there was no such thing as a period of time where there was never internet. There's a delay in your speaking. Oh no, there's still a delay. Well, thank you for the hugs. Thank you, DaDa. How can you teach privately? You guys like my smoothie that I made? I bought myself this. And oh my gosh. It's just the smoothies that I make are better than any smoothie I have ever bought ever in my whole entire life. And I don't use any sugar whatsoever. There's no artificial sweeteners. I just use a whole bunch of different fruits and almond milk or ice, either or. And these are, oh my, this is huge. This is what I'm drinking for dinner because I had a huge lunch. I ate like a whole DiGiorno's stuffed crust pizza by myself. Okay, I'm ashamed to admit that, but it's true. So I'm technically still full, but I thought that I would just, finish my evening with the smoothie. So I didn't eat dinner since lunch because lunch was so heavy. This is what I'm just doing for dinner because I can. I'm not dieting because I don't diet, but just because I can, just because I want to. It's a smoothie dinner. Yes, it's just me and my oldest, so I understand. Yes. All right. Can you guys see me better? In Alberta, Canada, TELUS, our provider, went down for cell landline. Oh! I bet the neighborhood, however far TELUS reached, I know people were upset because when my internet goes down for even 30 minutes, an hour, I'm upset. I'm like, look, I paid for it. It better work or you take an hour off my bill. That's how I feel about it. If I paid for it, we need to make some arrangements. If it went down, then I need to be prorated that downtime because I can't use it when I want to. If I didn't notice it, okay. But if I'm noticing it and I'm hurting, I'm hurting because I can't use it. You need to, I need some compensation, because if you don't pay, they will turn your stuff off. So if I'm paying and it's not on, we have a problem. That's, I mean, they don't see it that way, but I mean, hey, I think that's fair. Are going to stay more on which companies? I learned English a lot with you in your videos. Oh, okay. Yes. Uh-oh, we have an English learner in the house. All right, DaDa. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you. And you guys, these videos, I have so many videos that I have editing. I have a 2-hour. I want you guys to see what it's like to teach 2 hours strictly Cambly kids back-to-back classes. 2 hours. So 2 hours is 4 classes. I have that, and so I have to edit. I can't show their faces, and I'm going to show you guys that, what it's like to just back-to-back, because they don't have like minutes in between classes. If you schedule 2 hours and they book 2 hours worth of classes, 2 hours straight. And I did that. I do it on a regular basis, but for the first time, I recorded every class for 2 hours. And so, yes, there's going to be a 2-hour upload coming up. No, I'm not crazy. I just want you guys to see what it's like. Some people are like, oh, I can't do it. But it's doable because it flew by. All right. Almond milk is the bomb. Okay. Okay. Maestra Rosa, how can you teach privately? Any platform where you can see them, any video platform. Someone mentioned Zoom. Zoom is a good one. Now, as far as the platforms, you can use Zoom. Someone turned me on to this platform called Off to Class. I'll type it for you. Off to Class. And it's free. No, is it free? No, it's not free. It's not free. I think you get a trial period, but then after that, I think it's like $8 a month. And what happens, they give you the curriculum. They actually have the curriculum and everything for you, and you hold your own classes, and you pay $8 a month. That's your fee to the company. And yeah, I'm still learning about them. So I'm like, okay, how does pay go? I think for them paying you, that's something you deal with completely separate, but they provide the platform at least. And you have they have the content. You even send off a test, a placement test for the student. And based off of how they do in the test, they open up all this curriculum for you, and you just teach it. So I actually have a mentor she's been doing some private teaching with Off to Class, and she's showing me the ropes on how to use it because she has private students. She's looking to move into the private sector. So how do you do the promotion? You just have to really put yourself out there, spread the word on social media, spread the word on Facebook, put it on your, how just about every platform has stories, your Facebook stories, your Instagram stories. Use hashtags, because if you use hashtags, you will pop up into people's feed that follow different hashtags. When people are typing search in the Instagram search and they're searching for something, you'll pop up if you're using the correct hashtags. If you are, people search on Facebook when they're looking for something, you'll pop up. Use hashtags. And just use social media to your advantage, because people from all over the world are on social media on all different platforms. Use TikTok. You guys, TikTok, when I thought of TikTok, I thought it was just for kids. I was just like, TikTok is for kids. I thought it was just kids dancing. I really did. I was just like, this is kids dancing on TikTok. You guys, TikTok is starting to blow up for businesses. They have commercials, little advertisements on TikTok like they do on Instagram. And so, how the kids are always complaining that the old people are taking over. The old people are taking over all the platforms. But TikTok is actually, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, if you get on there and do like a TikTok video and do hashtags and you can add some music to it. If I mean, depending on your personality, like I'm a little, I don't mind dancing or doing whatever they do in the videos, those little dances just to get some views. And then be like, yeah, I'm an English tutor. I'm an English tutor. Hashtag, and get followers. And so do, trending videos and then informative videos. Mix it up. Mix it up. You said you just started TikTok, but use social media to your advantage. Now, curriculum, you guys, don't stress on it. Use articles. If you're not a free talk, articles out there different. Hey, I have an article for you. You can take turns reading the article. There's so much that you can do with just using news articles off the internet to discuss popular events, anything, movies. You can have categories of what you want to discuss, what you have to offer. Movies, current events, what else? Books, if you're an avid reader and you know a lot about books, poetry, what else? Some people, like parents, there are parents that don't speak really good English, and they just really, I've had parents call me and they really just wanted advice. They wanted to just talk about kids because they just want to talk to another parent while they practice their English. And they know I have children. I make it known I have children. So they just want to talk about kids. And, oh, well, my kids are this age. How old are your kids? That's a topic. Family life. That's a topic. Travel. That's a topic. Have these topics. They don't have to be lessons. Have topics on hand. And if you are choosing articles, have a website, a trusted website, several trusted websites that you would go to pull an article. And if you are on a platform like Zoom, do screen share. Do screen share where you can talk about the article and look at it and go through it together out there. When I have more information, I'm going to do a Zoom video on how to use Zoom and integrate these things. Maybe I'll do a session with my sister or, with my kids. They have laptops. Do one with my kids and show you what it's like to talk to some articles or, other web pages. I'm going to do that for you guys because you guys don't forget 2020 vision. It's still your year. No one predicted that it was going to be like this for 2020, but it's still your year. And this is especially the year for the online entrepreneur. All these people are sitting at home. Parents are at their wits' end because many of them don't know how to teach their children. They love their children. They're there to support their children, but they don't know how to really teach their children, which is why they send them to school to be taught. So that's where you come in. It doesn't have to be foreign students. It could be students in your community. You can say, hey, I am a teacher. I will help you in whatever subjects. Please don't come to me with math. Please. I am excellent at math, but new age math, I'm going to call it new age math, that Common Core stuff, even though I was, in the public schools, I was just like, after, I taught second grade. I was able to do Common Core with second grade, third grade. Then when we got to the higher grades, I was just like, that's not how I learned it when I was a kid. So, it's hard to break old habits. And when you're in college, they don't teach you, oh, you know what? Let me teach you how to teach Common Core math. They don't teach you that type of stuff. There's a lot of things they don't teach you in college. So you get into the school system and it's like, here are the books. Here's the curriculum. This is what you're teaching. And you're like, wait, what? Please don't come to me with math. I am not a math tutor because I will confuse you. I know how to get to the answer, but me explaining it will be confusing. So I make sure parents know I will tutor science. I love science, social studies, history, not geography. Now, as far as the simple geography, like landforms, and I can do that, but I get confused looking at the map. I'm like, wait a minute, where's that country? Wait a minute, what continent is it on? Mm-mm. So I don't want to be a geography tutor, but English, reading, science, most social studies, all the way. Tell parents in your neighborhood that you are willing to tutor. Spread the word that, hey, do you have internet? Which I'm sure they do, because most parents are having their kids learn online, right? And some parents are working online. Some of them just don't really have the time to really help their kids, especially if their kids were already struggling in school and now they're learning at home and they're still struggling. You know, this is the time you can really reach out to your neighborhood and help parents that are in need. Set, you know, whatever fee you want to set and help out while you're getting paid. You know, it's like they're helping you help them. That's what it is. They're going to help you help them, and you can get paid. And this would be the time to really put the word out there that you are a tutor, because my goal is to eventually solely teach privately. Now, I'm not even thinking just internationally. I'm thinking locally, homeschooled kids. So, you know, I don't want to do after school hours because I'm a mother. I have kids of my own that have soccer practice and all. I mean, everything's at a halt right now, but on a normal day, there's soccer, there's all this stuff after school. I can't obligate myself to after school tutoring. So I'm looking for those homeschooled students that parents are like, well, my kid needs a little more support. And maybe the parents work, or maybe the parents don't know enough about a subject, but they want their kid to get extra tutoring. Then that's, you know, many parents will pay for quality education. That's where you come in. Whatever your expertise is, maybe you are really good at something. Maybe you even know a second language. And now that they're, you know, kids that are being homeschooled, maybe you could teach a second language to their kid. That might be your thing. So look into that and find those ways to make money outside of just jumping on different platforms. You can probably do it yourself privately at home with people in your neighborhood, with just advertising yourself, your abilities, your expertise on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Now, secondly, there's another thing that I wanted to discuss. People have been asking me about investment videos. And I've been really thinking, how can I really help you guys in the world of investing? Stocks. I purchase stocks. I have a retirement account where I have stocks that I buy into, you know, little small percentages of shares, building up my shares and stocks so that I can grow my retirement account. Especially when you're working on your own, you want to make sure you have, you know, have your own type of retirement plan, something in place in addition to, you know, the Social Security that we're all banking on when we're of age, but have an additional retirement plan. So I've been a little, you know, since I'm not an expert, I haven't done a video on investing because I'm like, how do I go about it when I'm not an expert? I'm a novice. Okay. I've been doing it for over a year, but I still consider myself a novice. So I'm going to try to not show you guys like the expert way to buy stocks, but just show you guys some insight on what I do. So you have an idea on where to start. Some people don't even know where to start to buy stocks. They think they have to, you know, hire a broker, where you don't. Nowadays, you can just really just get an app, jump in, and it's legit, like truly legit. I have sold stocks and have made profit. It's legit that you can buy and sell stock and make money, you know, without having an actual broker do it for you. So I would love to do a video where I don't want you guys to see me as a professional, a stock exchange professional, but where I'm helping you start somewhere. And then I would love to do like a weekly type of video where we are kind of looking at, okay, let's look at stock this week. What's growing? What is dropped? Because there are different trends. Like with Nike, when what is that person's name? Oh my goodness, I knew it before I opened my mouth. Well, when Nike stocks dropped last year because of I can't remember. Last year, Nike stocks took a dive, but I saw some trends. I saw that Nike started offering hijabs. I think I said that right. Hijabs. You know what I'm talking about, the covering that ladies wear. So Nike started offering those with the little Nike sign on it. And I was like, even though stocks have dropped, and I kid you not, within a few months, my Nike stock went up. It went up. Now, the little bit that I had when I moved, and he was an athlete. Yeah, Melinda, it was an athlete. So when I had moved, but I made I invested a few $100 and I made, like, for example, say I invested $250 and that's all I had put into Nike, $250. And then when I sold it, it was like at a little over 300, like what, 300 and it was 300 and something when I sold it. So, I mean, I made money. It wasn't a whole lot of money, but it kept going down. I bought stock and I was like, yeah. And then when they went up, then I made a profit. Like, yes, I knew it. I knew Nike was going to make a comeback. So there are different trends to look for. And I would love for us to have like a weekly meeting on just what's going on out there in the stock exchange world, because it's not just for the blue collar anymore. It used to be something that blue collar, or was no white collar, white, right? Blue collar is the working collar, right? White it used to be the white collar thing to do is stock exchange, the New York Stock Exchange. Now they've made it accessible to just about anybody. If you have a smartphone and you have some type of disposable income, you can invest in stocks. So investing in stocks, if you are with the economy right now, wait before you start selling everything, because there could be a big comeback. Not 100% sure, but just wait. I'm sorry, I had a delay there because I can hear my son crying and I was crying. They're probably kicking him out the room or something. Get out! That's what happens. He's like, Mom, they told me to get out. And I hear him crying and I don't know what's going on. It sounds like the mommy come get them and make them be in trouble cry. That's what it sounds like. So I'm going to get off, you guys, wrap this up. I know that there was some freezing going on. The internet wasn't ideal. I tried to get on earlier, but in the daytime, especially since I'm homeschooling too, I'm one of those homeschooling parents, it just gets so busy in the daytime that it's a struggle. But I'm gonna get on tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? Yes, I'll be back on live tomorrow. I don't know what time, you guys. I really don't. But yes, Becky, thank you. I really do try to be an inspiration. I want to, you guys, some people, there's enough money out here for all of us. Okay, there really is. There's enough money out here for all of us in some way, shape, or form. You just have to be crafty on how you can get your hands on it legally. Legally, that's the key word. So there's money out here. We just have to just grab a hold to it. And don't forget, 2020 is still your year. Keep your 2020 vision. Keep it going strong. Don't give up. Don't throw the towel in. Don't think, woe is me. Just know that every day is a new day, a new adventure. And it's just every day is another opportunity for you to make moves. The question is, what are you going to do with your time? What are you going to do with it? I've been so motivated lately. I'm just like, you know what? I want to build a legacy. And I made a post a few days ago, or maybe it was last week sometime. If you have any online presence, you have a brand. You have a brand. You are a brand. So use your brand to your advantage. Use it to your advantage, because somewhere somebody wants you. Somebody does. Somebody wants what you have to offer. Somebody wants what you have to offer. Somebody wants it. Somebody needs it. And they would be willing to apply some dollar signs to it to obtain your skills. It's out there. We just have to look for it. You know how, what is it? Ask and ye shall receive. Knock and those doors shall be opened. So I'm testing doors and windows. Knock, 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 knock. I'm knocking, and I'm here for you guys. Okay. I need to buckle down and edit these videos and upload these videos. Okay. I've been trying to upload my son's videos. He likes to be on YouTube so he can watch himself. So someone asked me for my Instagram earlier. It's, hold on. Teacher_Chronicles. Teacher Chronicles. That's my Instagram. Oops. There we go. Yeah, so that's my Instagram, Teacher Chronicles. And yeah, so follow me on Instagram. I post all the time. I post on Snapchat. On Snapchat, that's where I just almost every day I'm posting something, little quick snippets on Snapchat of me actually doing live teachings. So you guys, I would love to connect with you. And until next time, TTFN.